Hey, aloha guys, Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. I don't want you to miss this rainbow because this is cool, right? This is what Hawaii is all about. Why? Because it's the land of rainbows, chasing rainbows. Now, unfortunately, it took a while for the 4G to connect, so it was a full rainbow, as you can see in the thumbnail. But as the 4G, at least we're catching a remnant here. Because what's happening right now, obviously, is the sun is going down. It's the Maui fix happening here. Is that rainbow showing up okay for you guys? I hope so. It's hard for me to see what you see. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So anyway, beautiful, beautiful rainbow. And the sun's just getting ready to go down here on Maui. And where am I at, guys? I am at the beautiful Kaanapali coffee farms. If you're new to the channel, my name is Eric West. I'm all about teaching you everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you just can't find in the listing. And what does that mean? That just means there's so much information. If you're thinking about buying a home or a condo here or some land, all those little details are super important because Hawaii, things are a little bit different here. Things operate a little bit different here than they do on the mainland. So if you're ever in the market to buy, sell, I'd love to be your guy. I'd love to help you out. But let's take a look around. Where are we at and what are we doing? We got my little buddy right here, right? That's my little buddy. Matter of fact, there's a new little buddy coming because this one's doing some weird stuff, and I'm thinking, you don't want to mess with that, right? So we got a new little buddy coming, but let's see if you'll see what it's doing. It's doing some weird stuff. It's making some weird noises. So anyway, we're gonna cruise around a little bit. I'm gonna show you around, and the title of this video is Best Neighborhood and the Best Beaches in Hawaii. And so obviously, as you guys know, I'm a little bit of a West Side guy, right? Because my last name's West, so it kind of goes without saying, right? If your last name's West, you got to be a West Side guy. If my name was Kihei, right, I'd be a Kihei guy, but my name's West, so I'm a little bit of a West Side guy. Of course, every side of Maui is unbelievably amazing, but here we are looking at the west side of Maui, looking towards Molokai, Lanai, sun's going down. But what are the best neighborhoods and the best beaches in Hawaii? Well, certainly Kaanapali. You're not going to argue with me on that one, right? Definitely one of the best beaches in all of Hawaii because it has been voted the best beach many times. Matter of fact, it was, and you can look me up on this or fact check me if you want, you fact checkers. TripAdvisor voted Kaanapali #1, and that was by viewer feedback, right? The viewers said that. It wasn't like it's like payoff, right? Because most of those things are payoffs, right? Top 10 this, top 10 that. It's just marketing dollars wasting away, trying to influence you to believe something that's not true. But anyway, it was TripAdvisor that said, there it is. There's a little bit more of that rainbow for you. West Maui Mountains just shrouded in some beauty, right? In Hawaii, of course, any kind of rain is considered a blessing because obviously it is a blessing, right? Aqua falling from the heavens. That's amazing, right? That's a miracle. Can never forget the miracles because imagine if for one moment the rain stopped falling for a long time. We'd all die. That would suck. But anyway, here, the sun is just poking. I'm in kind of a strange mood today, I will be honest with you. In a good mood. It's just, my humor is a little more edgy, maybe. I don't know. It's all good, though. But there's the sun just getting ready to pop. Well, it did pop behind that cloud, but it will come back down. And then the rainbow, believe it or not, is still there. Crazy, huh? So here's how it works here in Hawaii. When you're getting ready to maybe live here or buy a condo or a home or some land, what's going to happen is you're going to have your home beach. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it'd be like your home surf break. It's just the one that's the closest, it's the easiest, it's most convenient. Because when you live here, you're going to get really lazy. I'm just telling you. You're like, drive like half an hour? Ha! I'm not driving half an hour anywhere. Of course, unless it's work related, then I'll drive to Hana and back. But anyway, as far as your normal day to day, and especially once you guys get retired, then you're going to get super lazy. So, at least I hope you do. So anyway, you're going to go to the closest beach. I want to make sure you keep looking at this rainbow here because it's just disappearing. But anyway, so what's going to happen is you're going to go to the beach that's closest to you. It's just what's going to happen. I'm just telling you. So you want to make sure that wherever you buy your beautiful hale, of course that's the Hawaiian word of the day, which is home, hale. You want to make sure it's near a really cool beach. And one of the nice things about living here is that you can take your electric vehicle, your golf cart. Some people use like a mule or a Ranger Polaris Ranger. And or you could use a one wheel, you could use a bike, whatever, but you're gonna maybe take some kind of automated transportation down there, because you might want to take like some beach chairs, some snorkel gear. It just looks cool. It's just kind of fun. You're just cruising. Yeah! So kind of cool if you live somewhere where you can have that little motorized vehicle. Matter of fact, I should start becoming a rep for some kind of golf cart, right? Because I'm promoting the golf cart lifestyle, because it is a cool way to live. So the best neighborhoods, in my opinion, are closest to the best beaches. That's just my opinion. So where I'm at today, obviously, is the Kaanapali Golf Estates. I'm so used to being in the Golf Estates. But I'm in the coffee farms. This is a very unique neighborhood in the fact that you get, most of the lots here are 5 acres, but it looks like Tuscany, right? It looks like something out of the Italian countryside. But those are all coffee trees. This is an active coffee farm, and the profits go to pay your HOA dues. For a long time, it paid 100% of the HOA dues. But in recent COVID times have been tough for the coffee farmers. It's only been paying like a third, but that could come back. But it's a pretty unique value proposition. And what you end up with is very low density. So your neighbors are kind of far away from you, and you don't have to take care of your full 5 acres, right? Part of it is going to be manicured and taken care of by the coffee farmer people, which is why we love coffee farmer people. They work hard. They make coffee. Life without coffee would be unbearable. And for the people that are around the people not drinking the coffee, of course. So anyway, I'm a big coffee guy. I love Kona coffee, but you know what? I just closed on this house up here, and in the process, I learned a little bit about the coffee farm, obviously. And I learned that this is better coffee than Kona. Why? Because it's in a very similar climate, but it's not as expensive, because here they can shake the trees to get the coffee beans off, but in Kona they can't because of the hillside, so they all have to be hand-picked. So I don't know about you, I'd rather have coffee that's not been touched, but I'm just kidding. It's cheaper to shake a tree than to hand-pick it, so that's why Kona coffee is so expensive, because you gotta hand-pick them buggers. It's kind of cool. And plus, we're all about Maui, right? So I want you all to go out and start buying your Maui coffee now. Nothing but Maui coffee from here on out. Can I get a yes, sir? And support the coffee farm, right? Because this is literally where it comes from. And they've got their store down there, Lahaina, right by the smokestack. And make sure you check that out when you come here. So that's a big shout out. Look at this drama unfolding right here. Is this a little Karen Hall as we speak? It could be. I don't know. But it's kind of nice. I'm like legally in the coffee farm now, because the guy I sold the house to has asked me to keep an eye on it for him until he moves in. So, can't kick me out. I love it. But hey, I'm just showing you guys around, showing you the coolest neighborhoods in Hawaii, and this is definitely one of them. Now, obviously, the price ranges in here are pretty nuts. It's going to take a good, solid 3 to 6 million in this neighborhood. Now, if you were to buy some land and build, you could maybe sneak in underneath that 3 number, possibly. And there's a lot of building going on here. If you need a good builder here in Hawaii, on Maui, I know some of the best ones. Love to refer you. If you want to pay that triple lumber price right now, that'll go down eventually, I know. But gosh, look at this, just a beautiful little sunset happening. I can't wait for it to drop. But this is your Maui fix, guys, from the Kaanapali Coffee Farms. One of the best beaches in the world, Kaanapali. And I got a car coming, so I'm going to scooch over here. Don't want to get in trouble. All right. All right, all right. Oh, wait a second. That's another famous persona's stuff that he says. Who's that? McConaughey? Keep on living? All right, all right. But isn't this just spectacular, man? I'm telling you. Such a beautiful setting. One of the things I love about my Maui lives, I will say I watch them. I love the birds. You probably can't hear them right now because of the wind a little bit, but probably my favorite thing about living in Hawaii, besides the ocean, the sunsets, and the never-ending aloha perfection that we call our daily reality, but I also love the sound of birds. I don't know, there's so many cool like doves and franklins, and when you're sitting in your home here in Hawaii, you can just hear them out there. A lot of times I'm on the phone with clients and they're in New York or LA and they got traffic and in the background, and I got doves, and it's just cool. It's very peaceful, it's very relaxing, and there's just a lot of birds here having a good time. Alright guys, so now we kind of lost our sunset there for a second. I think we're gonna head up this street here. We're just popping out on, we're on Okakope, and we're heading back on Aina Mahi'ai. Say that 10 times. Aina Mahi'ai. So here's a nice beautiful shot of the West Maui Mountains. And this street will take me back to the home that I just sold that we'll finish up the live at. And hopefully we'll time it right with this sunset. Oh, sorry. Whoa. It's a little windy. It's the trade winds, and see how I'm covering the mic up? Because I don't like the sound of windy, muffled stuff on the mic. So look at that sunset behind me. Gorgeous. I gotta watch my double chin. Boy. It's one of the reasons I don't point the camera at myself that often, because it's like, wow, I really am getting older. I met some folks the other day, it was pretty funny. At Chemo's, I was up eating at Chemo's, and they texted me and said, "Hey Eric, we'd like to meet you real quick." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come on down." So I came on down. Well, there was this really old guy standing outside of Chemo's, and these folks were like, "We thought that was maybe, I mean, that couldn't be you. I mean, have you gone that far downhill since your last video?" I was like, it was funny. The guy was really old though. I was like, "Really? You thought for a second that was me?" He didn't have a Hurley hat on. Okay. And you might ask, why do I always have a Hurley hat on? Well, number one, I love Hurley. Number two, my dermatologist told me I have to start watching my sun exposure. So the hat helps with that, but I actually do have a little bit of hair left. Kind of nice. But it is thinning out for sure, man. I'm telling you, 50, things change. Oh, I hear kids jumping in pools. How cool. It's one of the best reasons to have a pool. If you've got kids, I'm telling you. My kids are older now, so they're kind of past that pool phase, but man, we had pools almost every house we lived in, and that's just a great way to spend a day, man, just jumping in and out of pools. So anyway, I think this is going to be perfect timing. As you can tell, I'm filling some serious airspace here going up this hill. It's like it's taking forever. And the wind is kind of slowing me down. But anyway, what can I tell you about the latest on Maui? Okay, so very busy, lots of people. It's almost like Christmas every single day with the numbers that we have right now. Everything seems packed, and that's just American tourists. There's no Australians or people coming here from any other foreign country to my knowledge. So imagine when they start coming. Everything's booked, and it just seems like a great vibe. Everyone's having a great time. It seems like the roaring 20s. You know, COVID locked everybody up for a few months there, and now it's like they're coming out and excited and happy, and just we're so glad to have all you visitors here. So thank you for coming. Keep coming. There's a few Facebook groups that are all like, "Stay home, Howley," and all this negativity. But guess what? That's like 3 people on the whole island that just all gang up on people on Facebook. So don't listen to that. The Aloha spirit is alive and well. People are here just working, having a great time, enjoying servicing you on your vacation, and it's all good. So it's nice to get back to some economic, stimulation the way it should be, from hard work and doing the right thing and not relying on the government. Because guess what? The money the government gets comes from people working. Do you ever think about that? Unless they print it, then we're all in big trouble. But anyway, hey, non-political channel. Of course, we know they're printing it. Anyway, well, I could get off on a tangent, but I won't. Okay, here we go. So here's that sunset coming. We're going to come back to this beautiful home. I'm keeping an eye on this place for my client, and I'm sure he won't mind if I just kind of show it off a little bit, although obviously I'm not trying to sell it anymore because it done got sold. New one just hit the market across the street over here. You can see the sign just went up, and then there's another one further down for sale. Next one down for I think $6 million. They're kind of pushing the market there a little bit, I think. But hey, let's get up to the pool real quick and I'll show you the view. Another one of the reasons I'm here is I turned on the sprinkler system and I can see it's got some issues. We got some definite little leakage happening here, so I'm glad I'm here to discover that little problem. Nothing like a guy on the ground to see what's going on, right? But let's go check it out real quick. So shout out, thumbs up, anything you want to share about your most recent experience here on Maui, whether it would be on vacation or what's your favorite beach. Would love to know. The people would love to hear from you. As I've always said, I've got the most aloha infused audience on planet Earth, and I'm very thankful for you guys. So here we go. Check out this beautiful little setting right here, huh? Look at that for timing. So imagine you're sitting here in your backyard. You just maybe popped into your hot tub over there, right? Or maybe you're just having a nice glass of wine or your favorite, whatever it is that you drink these days. And this is what you're looking at right here. We got some drama happening. Check this out right there. That's pretty nuts, huh? The palm trees are swaying. Maybe you have a little Hawaiian music on in the background, or your favorite whatever you're into playing. And this is sort of it. Totally peaceful, totally quiet. Nice, right? You can see these clouds are kind of moving by pretty quick. Watch how fast that cloud goes. Trade winds are in full steam today. Been a very nice breezy day. Something that's really nice about Hawaii is that we've got these beautiful things called trade winds. I bet they'd pay money for that in the Philippines, because here the trade winds keep everything nice and cool. We call it nature's air conditioner. So it's so nice when the trade winds kick in and keep the temperature just perfect. It's never too hot, never too cold, never too humid. That's just my opinion, man. Perfectly comfortable. Nice, huh? So you'll notice here, if you're buying something on the west side of Maui, you want to be somewhere here, looking somewhere between Molokai and over here obviously is Lanai. And that's basically your sunset corridor, if you will. So if you're purchasing something with an ocean view, it's really nice if you have this perspective, because you're basically going to be looking at a sunset year-round. Now today we've got this little block of clouds that's kind of covering up the ball dropping, but right now from this perspective the ball would be dropping right on the edge of Molokai there, and you can see it's got like this extra hump. A lot of people think that like that's oahu, but it's not. That's actually Molokai. It kind of does this big dip. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but you've got sort of the main island of Molokai there. I mean, it's the same island, don't get me wrong, but then it kind of dips and then it pops up again. And then yes, if we could see oahu, which you can't from here unless you go really high in the West Maui Mountains. I have seen oahu from way up in the West Maui's when I'm dirt biking. But oahu would be basically right there in that direction, and only like 100 miles. See, there's those birds. Nice, huh? Look at this guy's coconuts, man. Ooh, you could have a coconut fest right there. Look at those guys. Don't walk into that tree. What do you think, guys? Thumbs up? Good sunset? We had rainbows. We had drama. We had some coffee. We have some irrigation issues we got to attend to. It's always something, right? You own a home, second home, first home, third home. It's always going to be stuff. Make sure you have a good property management situation. But look at this. This is so cool. See what I'm talking about? If you look down here, see how you have this home and then you have these coffee farm rows? It's like Tuscany. It's really the coolest setting, I think. And just to give you sort of a perspective of where I'm at, if you were to go just a little bit to the south, there would be Kaanapali Golf Estates and the Kaanapali Hillside and the Summit, Lanakea. And of course to the north would be Kapalua. North being that way, the opposite side obviously. Pineapple Hill, Plantation Estates, Mahana Estates. And of course there's a lot of homes tucked in along the coast, Honokowai, Kahana, Napili. But the formal sort of gated type neighborhoods are more on the mountainside. Mountainside, Mauka. The ocean side, Makai. All kinds of Hawaiian words today, man. Took me a long time to figure that out. Someone's like, "Ho, Mauka, Uyu Mauka." I'm like, "Mocha? What are you talking about? Chocolate milk here? What we got going on?" Good to know, man. Makai side, Mauka. Mauka is a mountainside. Makai, ocean side, seaside. All right, guys. Well, listen. I feel like I have to whisper now. All of a sudden, it's so quiet, so peaceful. I'm whispering. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm just showing off how good my mic is. So, anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. Nice to be back on a live, I think. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I don't know if I still got it or not, but I feel like I still got it. I don't know. It's been so long, 2 weeks, I think, since I did a live. Yep. I did one yesterday at Laniapoko, but it wouldn't connect because Verizon completely sucks. Thank you, Verizon. By the way, if you were in Laniapoko, have you noticed that there's no more Verizon? I mean, it just doesn't exist. You can't hardly make a phone call. Forget text messaging. Really? No way. For your $700 a month, you cannot send a text message today in Laniapoko. Of course, my bill is $700 because I got like 7 kids. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Aloha, mahalo, nui loa. Love a thumbs up, a share, subscribe as always. And yeah, it's good to be on Maui. People ask me all the time, "Eric, you get like island fever?" I'm like, "Are you kidding?" I get what's called mainland fever. I get to the mainland and I'm like, "Gotta get out of here." Like, you guys are crazy. You're like 90 miles an hour on the highway. There's huge semi trucks, and I'm getting kind of worked up just thinking about it. My blood pressure is going up. Getting all choked up. I can't stand the mainland. Nothing personal. Okay, it is personal. You need to get your butt to Hawaii. Okay, just kidding. All right, I could go on just talking nonsense for hours. But thanks so much for watching the channel. I appreciate it. Love a thumbs up, a share, subscribe. And of course, if you're ever in the market, love to help out. Real estate wise, I actually am getting choked up. Wow. And don't forget, Maui Food Bank. Never going to forget. There's still people that are hungry. Always will be. Give to the Maui Food Bank if you can. Matter of fact, the Realtors Association, I noticed, an email came out a couple days ago. Guess what they're doing as their primary charitable fundraiser this year? Food donations. Yes, sir. I'm not saying I was a part of that. I'm just thinking that's cool that they're doing it, and there's always going to be the need for food. Why? Because our economy got so rocked. People got rocked, man. They got rocked. Seriously. So we got to help. So if you can, $5, $10, $100, maybe you just go big and you're like 1,000. Think about some little kid like grinding like choke rice and like sashimi. Okay, maybe you don't get sashimi from the food bank, but you get the white rice for sure. Think about that satisfaction. So thanks guys for tuning in. Until next time, I shall return. I don't know when. I think it's gonna be more often. You get recommitted to this YouTube thing. But honestly, it's just because I've been really busy. So priorities, right? Closings, YouTube videos. Gotta do the closings. All right, guys. Love you. Aloha. Until next time, Eric West out.